Hey y'all, this is Arimo again with another village update. I wanted to double down on this dried food business that I just announced in the previous video. Is one of the premier businesses I think people should be starting during these times, all times honestly, but right now people can afford to waste less time than usual. So dried food business is gold, okay? Now this can take a whole variety of different levels. I'll do it from two sides. One from the diaspora and one from Niger. So I'll start with Niger. All right, so we're looking at the situation where how much does it cost to get a shop, right? How much does it cost to get a shop? Less than 500,000 naira is how much it costs to get brick and mortar shop in Nigeria. Maybe you're not actually living in the city, you're not in those fancy parts of Lagos. You're not in a lot of these other areas where there's so many affluent people. So, you might not even be paying 500,000 naira, maybe 200,000 naira for the whole year, okay? That's rent for the property. Now, what do you need inside the property? Absolutely nothing, except for Wi-Fi if you want to be fancy, okay? You need a register, Wi-Fi, and a scale. You have your dried goods. They don't need to be refrigerated. They just need to be in a dry place. So that means you need those plastic containers, those wooden containers, those steel, iron containers, whatever you could get your hands on that's non-toxic, that's low cost. You could go ahead and get that thing going. You got all the different things that you would need. Depending on what your region is, there's going to be different powdered baking things that you're going to use. Gari, pounded yam, cassava, flour, baking soda, cayenne pepper, other types of peppers, the spices, all the spices. You can even have, some people even delve into dried animal products. That's an extra level. Don't even have to do all that. So, dried goods. Less than 500,000 naira in Nigeria for the property, and everything else is change, okay? You can even have a low level of operation where you only have one or two products, get known by those one or two products, and then branch off from there. So that's the Niger side, right? Let me go ahead and talk about the diaspora side. So you say you're in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. You're in an area where you don't actually have access to those brick and mortar stores. You're in an area where you don't actually have access to land to be growing things. And the markets where you would go to acquire big time bulk goods from like the actual farmers, the actual people who are growing things off the land, they might be like 4 or 5 hours away drive. So I'm with you. So here we go. All these big box stores, all these big box stores, all these big grocery stores. How do you think Dollar Tree, how do you think all these other dollar stores, Dollar General, everybody funds their mission? They literally go to these guys. So this is what you do. You go to these grocery stores, you find out what's going on, you find out all the different things that they're having trouble getting off. That's going to be the general things that they have too much of. Dried goods. They have too much dried goods. So you're going to come in there, you're going to grab up all their pasta, all their flour, all their peppers, all their dried peppers, not the fresh ones. You need a refrigerator for that. So that's no longer dried goods. All of their grains, rice, all this stuff. Gonna see what you can do, trying to come in as low as possible to get all these things. All you need is a car. You don't even need a truck. A car has a decent sized trunk and that can fit. You get that, you put that in safe containers in your household. You get a cart. Get a cart for $200 or less. That cart has multiple containers and you can put a scale in there. You get the scale, the cart, and you have your cell phone. Scale, cart, cell phone. Push your cart to certain areas where you know the people are going to be congregating. The community center, the daycare center, all these places. You contact the businesses ahead of time, find out if they'll let you in there, or find out if they're cool with you posting up outside. Most of these businesses enjoy that type of camaraderie and activity around because it cements their place as a point of reference in the community where people will continue to come and engage in commerce and as well as spend money with them, okay? So you're actually free advertisement for their spot at the end of the day. They love that. Your cart, dried goods in there, ability to take future orders, scale, little baggies. All of my boys know about them jewelry bags, but we don't even have to be like that. We can even just get these little sandwich bags that we just twist and spin and tie after we measured it. How much do you need? 1 gram, 2 grams, an ounce, several ounces? Okay, I got a bigger bag for that. Oh, you want to buy the whole thing? Okay, well, here you go. Here's the price. Everybody's excited to get that. Do you realize the amount of money you'll be saving a family of 5 if you were just to show up on the corner with some rice and some flour? I'm not even talking about eggs. I'm not even talking about chicken, beef, fish. Just bare minimum stuff. This is survival stuff. In the city, it's so expensive to eat real food. It's so expensive to get ingredients. In Washington, D.C., for example, there's not even too many grocery stores. There's 3, and 2 of them are the same company. So I'm just saying, there's 3 major grocery stores in Washington, D.C., and that's a big city. Imagine how it is in all your other cities. I mean, New York City, it's got like 10 cities in it. So if you were to divide the number of grocery stores that they have in New York City by 10, you would also see that is also a food desert. So everybody, just keep that in mind. Dried food business. Start putting that in your head and figuring out what I can do, how I can manage this, be a logistics master when it comes to the food that feeds my people. Myself. After you start running this type of business, you'll see that it's not only helpful for your pockets as far as the business making its own profit, but it's helpful for your pockets as far as the connections you've made. Now, you've never spent full price on any of these goods. Again, you see that? Double down. If you want to go a step further and you want to have dried goods and herbs, but you want your herbs to be fresh, and you can dry them out yourself. You can dehydrate them yourself, right? What type of space do you even need? Well, if you got a house plant that you water every so often, set it over there by the window or in the desired light of its species, right? That's all you need. Just a bare minimum space where you can put a pot. So with that, you can grow thyme. With that, you can grow rosemary. With that, you can grow ginger, mint, tomatoes. Tomatoes aren't dried goods, but they also can be grown in limited space. You can grow all types of different things in such a limited space. And matter of fact, I'm glad that you guys brought this up, because I'm going to do another video later describing to you just the basic criteria of creating a sustainable garden in a place where you previously thought you couldn't. Your house, pretty much. Your house. Nobody helping you, just you. I'm going to do that. I'll put a video out there regarding that. But you see, you can just simply create a home garden, a home herb garden, where you're just growing these things. Everything else you're getting from the big package stores, wholesalers in your community. Just a flip and move, and you're good. Now, you can later start to look at potential office spaces if you like, but when you have a relationship with these businesses, eventually they might even tell you, come on inside and here's an office space for you, here's a booth. You might even upgrade your cart to one of these little food truck carts that don't have a truck attached to it, and you just pull your car up to it, hook it on there, and drag it back out there. You can push this inside the town. You can push this inside the community center. You can post it up outside the community center. Similar to ways you see people out there selling ice cream. You think they're going broke selling ice cream? I don't think so. So you can do that. You can even combine it with other business ideas that you may already be doing, okay? So this is activating your current book of business. This is increasing your presence into other areas. This is increasing your knowledge base and your emphasis and your growth in the community as actually a fixture of the community, not just someone out here hustling to make money, but someone out here who is a part of the community that is a necessary function. You know, we don't need to be doing everything that we do as a luxury product, as something that can be thrown away when times get tough. We want to be getting paid, especially when times are tough. So dried food business, y'all, better get on it. Check the description, click the link. We have mentors, we have experienced business professionals in all these industries that I'm going to list, and especially the dry food industry. And I hope that this is going to allow you to grow and develop yourself. And as always, peace. Bye-bye.